From flipping many homes through the years and walking through hundreds of homes with my clients, I have gotten a good understanding of what buyers really love and also what they actually don't love. Forbes just came out with their kitchen design styles that are outdated for 2025. And are they actually outdated? And a little hint for you, is this one of them? Stay tuned. Now, there are a ton of videos out there on YouTube on things like this. In fact, I'm sure a lot of you watching, you've probably seen those, but I wanted to give my real experiences and perspective on this from years of flipping houses and helping people buy and sell homes. So let's get to that list right now and let me know your thoughts on this as well as we go through this. Now, the first thing on the list is open shelving concept. And they factor in the maintenance issues, the practicality, and how things are shifting back to the cabinetry. And open shelving was always favored for its airy and open feel. However, practicality and the need for that storage are driving a lot of people to return back to cabinetry. To me, this seems like this concept shouldn't have been a thing, as most people, they want storage. And I really feel like cabinets, they have been this way for decades, as homeowners want that storage, and most do not want the hassles of always cleaning things and always feeling like they have that dirty kitchen feel all the time. Now, if you have this concept and you're tired of it, but you don't want to do a full kitchen renovation, then I suggest go get yourself some nice looking baskets or storage bins to put those things in. And homeowners also want that clutter-free feeling in their kitchen. So this one is really not a surprise to me that it is on the list. Now, I have never tried this concept on any of my projects. And by the way, I hope I don't offend anyone on this. It is not my intentions. I'm just letting you know what most of my clients think as well. And also that most say that this style just isn't practical. But if it works for you, then that really, at the end of the day, is all that matters. Now, the next thing on the list are those white kitchens. Yep, that white kitchen, I think they're on the list every year. And again, due to their sterile and clinical feel. And now homeowners are moving towards those warmer and natural tones. And while those white kitchens offered that clean and timeless look, homeowners are now moving to incorporate those natural wood tones with soft grays and subtle pops of color just to create a cozier and more personalized atmosphere. You're also seeing more green and navy blue and browns, as some feel it gives it that calming feel too. People are commenting though right now how they still feel that those types of cabinetry are still a trendy thing. And if you're thinking about doing that, maybe you could start by using just some towels and bowls with some color and just see how it goes before you go and do that full renovation. But you have to do what you want. And I feel strongly still though that white kitchens, they'll always be a thing. It's always a safe play on the flips, and you can do a lot to enhance the look of the white kitchen. Now, the next thing on the list that they cover is smart kitchen technology. They're claiming that it's just overcomplicated and costly, and people are preferring simpler and more reliable appliances. Now, we all see those refrigerators with the big tablets stand out, and they're not even a good feel in most kitchens. Even though there is a place for these appliances, the people I have dealt with feel that if it doesn't really provide a value to their daily lives, they would much rather stick to the more traditional appliances instead. Now, I'm sure as we keep moving on into the future, these smart appliances to me are not going away, but we will see, and I do see a lot of them in, say, the new build communities and such, as most of those communities are going green. So these could definitely hang around. I personally stick with the good old traditional style of appliance, but I'm old school and maybe most people in my age bracket are the same way, and I won't probably make the shift to this style of appliance. But again, please give me your comments on this one. I'd really love to hear everyone's opinion on this and also on everything I am covering as well, as I want to help educate other people as well. Now, the next thing on the list are those stainless steel appliances. Yeah, they say that they have that cold industrial look that's fading, and people are going more for the colored and matte finishes as they're gaining popularity, And also, so are those panel appliances. And this one, I really don't understand, but again, maybe it's due to me being a fossil in this business. And I use this type of appliance in a lot of my flips and such. And while I'm out with clients or helping them sell, I see these stainless appliances all the time. And I will say, depending on the style of the kitchen and the home I do, I'll occasionally use those matte style appliances as I really like the look of the black stainless, but overall, I feel this one is like the white kitchen. And it'll keep coming up through the years on the list, and yet it will always be a thing. The next one on the list are oven ranges. Yes, they are saying that the separate cooktops and the wall ovens are becoming the more desirable for the functionality. I agree with that for the most part, but also there are a lot of kitchens that you just can't go and do all this in. And in fact, a lot of the homes that I do my flips on, I keep it simple and I always use a range now, depending on the amount of the value of the home. The higher end luxury homes do have the functionality to get away from the range, and you can do separate things like a cooktop and a dual oven and so forth. But I just have a problem seeing that the oven range is going away anytime soon. In fact, I almost compare that to the cabinet concept, as we've had cabinets for decades. They're not going away, and I feel like this oven range is not going away anytime soon, but I guess time will tell. The next thing on the list is the open plan kitchen. Yes, they state the desire for privacy and a defined space, and I can agree with this, as when I'm doing my renovation projects, I always go back and forth on whether I should remove a wall or not. And really, it comes down to, I believe, how that house flows and so forth. But I don't believe you can go wrong either way with this one. I will say the clients that I represent, it's a mixed reaction if people would like to have the separation or not. But as far as something that is just going away, I don't think the open concept's going to go away. You may see less of it for a while, but I still think it's always going to be a thing. But I guess, again, time's going to tell. The next thing on the list are boring backsplashes. Yeah, they say that these simple subway tiles are losing favor to the creative, natural slab designs. And while I am seeing more and more of the one solid piece of stone going up the backsplash or down the cabinet and so forth, those look great. They're very expensive. And for a lot of homes, I believe the regular subway tiles are not going to go anywhere. I feel like that's a good option for you. In fact, on my projects that I do when I'm flipping houses, I use subway tiles all the time, and I just feel like along with a white kitchen, you can add things to go along with it, and it'll always be a timeless look you can always work with. But anyway, give me your comments down below on that. I'd love to hear your opinions on that as well. The next one on the list are the industrial look kitchens, as everyone's again moving towards that trend of the warmer feeling and not that industrial coldness. And you can go ahead and do the core elements of an industrial style kitchen, like the exposed brick, the stainless steel, the reclaimed wood, and metal accents. They can all be incorporated for a rugged look. And on this industrial style, I guess I want to put this one on my to be determined list and see in the coming years where this one goes. I don't use this style on any of my flips, and not many of my clients have this either. So the verdict is out on this one. And again, I would love to hear your thoughts on this as well. The next one on the list is the matte black hardware and fixtures, and it's losing its uniqueness, and those mixed metals and timeless finishes that were popular are starting to fade away, they say. And let's look at this. Every builder and do-it-yourselfer and home flipper have overused this style. I mean, I'm guilty of it too on my projects as well. It really seemed to have worked though, and I do still like it, but you are seeing more and more of those warmer finishes like brass, copper, and brushed nickel taking their place. And I have used a lot of the brushed nickel in the past, and I even currently am using that still. And I honestly feel that brushed nickel will always be around, and the brass and copper, as nice as it looks, may be one that will end up on this list sometime in the future. And again, please don't think I'm saying any of this is bad. You need to do what makes you happy for your kitchen. Now, this next one on the list is another popular thing that we've seen through the years, and it's that modern farmhouse kitchen concept. They just claim that there is just an overexposure of this, and now homeowners are seeking a fresher, simpler style. And again, this is another trend that had been very popular the last few years. This style to me can go along with the white kitchen as always being that style that you can do so much with. Obviously, those of you living on a country style home, this definitely is like the white kitchen, and the style goes with that home. While others that live in the city or the suburbs, there are cosmetic changes that you can do without doing a full overhaul if you want to freshen up that farmhouse look. You can paint those cabinets, and also you can add different fixtures and maybe some new stools as well just to make it look more modern. I again don't really do this style on my flips. I came from a farming upbringing, so I do have a soft spot for what these kitchens remind me of. And as far as out of style, another one to wait and see as on the polls I do. I have mixed results on this. And hey, give me your thoughts on this one as well. Now, at the end of the day, like I tell everyone, you need to do what works for you. You are the one that needs to be happy. And any of these I have covered today, by all means, not meant to say that they are bad and that you shouldn't use them. These lists will always keep coming out. And if anything, just be open minded to what people are saying. I'm sure your kitchen looks great with any of this that we covered. And if you also have questions on a renovation or maybe questions on real estate stuff in general, my contact link is below. And if you think this video will help anyone else, please share it with them. Also, I will post in the description some other videos I have done in the past on home renovations. And also, stay tuned for this video coming up next.